Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for May 23rd, 2020, from Joshua chapter 8, Melting Hearts. When things go wrong, really wrong, we may feel like we have no strength. That's what the Bible means when it says their hearts melted. And this is what happened for the people of Israel after their defeat, trying to conquer Ai. But their sin was atoned for, and God was with them again. Now, chapter 8. And the Lord said to Joshua, "Do not fear and do not be dismayed. Take all the fighting men with you, and arise and go to Ai. See, I have given into your hand the king of Ai, and his people, and his city, and his land. And you shall do to Ai and its king as you did to Jericho and its king. Only its spoil and its livestock you shall take as plunder for yourselves. Lay an ambush against the city behind it." The people were instructed to return to Ai, but now God was with them. However, the people of Ai did not realize that God was now with them. Also, there was spoil that the people were allowed to take, especially the livestock. This would come in handy at the end of the chapter. The rest would be burned. However, the tactics would change. Remember, the people of Ai didn't realize that God wasn't with them the first time, and now God was with them the second time. So their attack and run, the people of Ai would just figure that the people of Israel were running again. And now they were going to answer by taking all their people out of the city and following after them. The plan was that after all the people left the city could then be attacked and burned by a second force. Let's pick this up with verse 15. And Joshua and all Israel pretended to be beaten before them and fled in the direction of the wilderness. So all the people who were in the city were called together to pursue them. And they pursued Joshua, and they were drawn away from the city. Not a man was left in Ai or Bethel who did not go out after Israel. They left the city open and pursued Israel. It was actually God who would make the call of when the second attack would begin. Verse 18, "Then the Lord said to Joshua, 'Stretch out the javelin that is in your hand toward Ai, for I will give it into your hand.' And Joshua stretched out the javelin that was in his hand toward the city, and the men in ambush rose quickly out of their place, and as soon as he had stretched out his hand, they ran and entered the city and captured it. They hurried to set the city on fire. So when the men of Ai looked back, behold, the smoke of the city went up to heaven, and they had no power to flee this way or that, for the people who fled to the wilderness turned back against their pursuers." Now the people of Ai were the ones with melting hearts. They saw their city in flames, and now they knew it was a trap. They were defeated. Verse 27. "Only the livestock and the spoil of that city Israel took as their plunder, according to the word of the Lord that he commanded Joshua." After the defeat and all was accomplished, Joshua did something different. It was time for some instruction from God's word. Verse 30, "At that time Joshua built an altar to the Lord, the God of Israel, on Mount Ebal. They offered sacrifices to the Lord." And then, verse 34, "And afterwards Joshua read all the words of the law, the blessing and the curse, according to all that is written in the book of the law. There was not a word of all that Moses commanded that Joshua did not read before all the assembly of Israel, and the women and the little ones and the sojourners who lived among them." People need constant instruction from God's word, or else we go off and do our own thing. Joshua did not want a repeat of Achan, for they had so much that they needed to accomplish. So the answer? Sacrifice and remember who God is, and then read God's holy word. There is power in God's holy word. They were reattaching themselves to God through that word and sacrifice, for God's word is the correct answer. Join me again tomorrow as we hear how even the people of Israel can be deceived, and they were. God's peace and many blessings be with you. Please take an opportunity to share this video with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for watching.